On this episode of China Uncensored, China's underwater Atlantis. Welcome to China Uncensored, I'm your host Chris Chappell. Behold, the Qiandao Lake in China's Zhejiang province. Qiandao literally means 1,000 islands, but what lies underneath is even more mysterious. Deep under these waters is an ancient submerged city dating back to the Eastern Han Dynasty. It was once known as Lion City, named after the 5 lion mountains it's nestled under. The 100 feet deep waters have perfectly preserved this city from antiquity. They call it China's Atlantis rediscovered. Except rediscovered might not quite be the right word, since it's only been underwater for about 50 years. You see, in 1959, the Chinese government decided to build a dam on the nearby Xinan River and flooded the whole area. Those 1,000 islands, they're just drowned mountains. One of the larger ones, Longshangdao, or Dragon Mountain Island, used to be just called Dragon Mountain. Now you might be asking yourself, why would they knowingly submerge an ancient city almost 2,000 years old? Well, this was the middle of the Great Leap Forward when the Communist Party made a single-minded push towards industrialization, outlawing such subversive activities as private farming, and dismissing the respect for the harmony between heaven and earth and man, so the proud traditions of 5,000 years of Chinese culture really didn't matter that much to them. This massive flooding of a perfectly fine area may have been justified if only a study into its effects didn't find that the whole dam project pushed the economy of the area back by 2 decades. Of course, now it's cool to say, hey, look at this ancient Chinese city we discovered underwater. Come pay us money to go see it. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. The world is filled with things that we could charge people to go see if only they were underwater. The Colosseum, Mount Rushmore, New York. Then again, maybe people would pay more if they could actually visit the city instead of just riding a boat over it. But the Communist Party has never really let collateral damage get in the way of large-scale projects meant to showcase how glorious the party is, like the Three Gorges Dam. 1.3 million people were displaced, over 2,000 archaeological sites, some dating back to the Paleolithic era, were flooded, though they did build a wall around that one temple, and the environmental damage was catastrophic. First of all, there's the usual problems of erosion, flooding in some areas, drought in others that are commonly associated with dams, but this dam sits on a seismic fault. According to a government survey, 3,400 earthquakes have happened in the area between when the dam began operating in 2003 and the survey in 2009. That's 30 times more than before the dam was built. Then there's the 500-foot-tall Tsipingpu Dam that Chinese researchers have also said has increased seismic activity. That dam is located just around the corner of Wenchuan, the epicenter for the devastating 2008 Sichuan earthquake, and Lushan, the epicenter for the deadly 2013 Sichuan earthquake. Damn it. Oh, and just a side note, I want to remind you guys, be very careful of any Wikipedia article about China you read, because you never know who's writing it or what ulterior motives they might have. When I was doing some preliminary research on the Qiandao Lake, I noticed a section called Taste in the Qiandao Lake. Drink natural water, eat organic fish. The Qiandao Lake is the first breeding base of organic fish. Organic fish means the fish which is breeding according to the relevant rules and standards. The production of fish conforms to the natural law and ecological principles. It goes on like that, but you get the idea. My guess is whoever wrote that is somehow affiliated with a fish farm operating in the Qiandao Lake. So what do you guys think of China's rediscovered Atlantis? Leave your comments below, check out China Uncensored's Facebook and Twitter page, and come back again tomorrow for another new episode of China Uncensored. Once again, I'm Chris Chappell. See you next time.